Did you know? The Galaxy 8 is coming out. There's all kinds of news about it. And you'll learn about it today on my channel. Welcome to the 101. Well, today I want to talk to you about the Galaxy S8 because there's been a lot of talk about it on the web and I wanted to go ahead and address it. There's two variants, the Galaxy S8 and then there's the Galaxy S8 Plus. So let's kind of talk about both of those, see, what exactly they are, what they have, and is it important enough for you, the consumer, to buy that device. So look over here for my PC so that I can bring up all the information about that. So first of all, let's talk about the specs. Let's see what they come with. According to GSM Arena, now bear in mind, everything that I tell you today is not definitive. It is the rumor mill that we've gotten from Evan Blass and what we have gotten from most of the other reviewers, and pretty much that's where they're getting their information is from Evan Blass and from other sources like that. They may be from other websites or such, but that's where GSM Arena is getting that information. So if all of these things don't come out on the phone, don't be surprised. Samsung, I am sure, is going to come out with something that is going to blow everybody away, and it will be amazing. But let me go ahead and get into this. And before I do that, I wanted to apologize to you guys because I said in the last video that the HTC U, which was the bigger device of the HTC units, was going to be water resistant, and it is not. So yeah, I'll talk about that in another video, just because I don't want everyone to get a bad feel for HTC, and there's a whole different discussion about that, but right now I'm going to talk about the GS8. So the Galaxy S8 is rumored to come out with a Corning Gorilla Glass 5, so we're going to have a very high shadow resistant screen. We are looking at IP68 certification, which is pretty much the standard now. I think almost everybody's going towards IP68, and some people say that IP68, IP67, it doesn't really matter. That just means water resistance, okay? So we do know that. They're talking about having 568 ppi, which is a very high dense pixelation on a 5.8 screen and a 6.2 inch screen. I would, again, the pricing, that's for a later part of this discussion. Let's also talk about what it's going to come with. It's going to come with a Qualcomm MSM 835, and it's going to have the octa-core processor, so this is going to be a very fast processor. They're saying that it's supposed to be 2.45 gigahertz on each of the core, on 4 of the cores, and then the other cores will have 1.9 gigahertz, and that just all means that it's going to run really quickly. It should be very fast. It's going to be much, much quicker than the 821. So then we're talking about micro SD up to a maximum of 256. Now, it's also looking at a base storage of 64 gigs. That is amazing. I love that part of the Samsung device. Or a 128 variant, which would probably cost you another $100. So if you're looking at buying the GS8 version, you're looking at paying $900 for just the regular base version. For the Galaxy S8 Plus, I'm thinking you're probably looking at adding $100 extra bucks on that, so maybe around $1,000. Don't know. Again, we just have to wait until those devices come out, and they're going to be announced next week, right there at the end of the month, so everyone be ready to look out for that. It is going to have a 3.5 millimeter jack. I know that's a huge deal with a lot of Android fans, and it's supposed to have stereo speakers, so we're looking to amp up the sound on the Galaxy S8, and that is, bar none, has to be one of the better things about the Galaxy S8, taking and changing that part of the phone. The worst part about having a Galaxy phone, and I have one, I have a Galaxy Note 5, is that for some strange reason, and I don't know if it's because they decided to follow the iPhone line or what, but the sound on the bottom, terrible. It's also supposed to have the iris scanner. Again, I don't know why they're having iris scanning, facial recognition, and fingerprint scanner, because all three, it's all very redundant. Is it cool to have? Yeah, I guess. Maybe, if you're into that kind of thing. But personally, I'm not into that big deal. So I'm not really going to really hit too heavy on saying that it's necessary for the phone. But any one of those three is great. Fingerprint, iris scanning. I would prefer iris scanning just because it's more secure. We also have a 12 megapixel 1.7 aperture device, so it's going to be a very good camera on the back side. And then, of course, on the front side, we're going to have it's an 8 megapixel camera this time instead of the 5 megapixel, and that will of course be very much closer to the iPhone 7. We have no idea yet of what the iPhone 8 is going to have, so it's not even worth trying to tag those two phones up right now at this point, because again, we're going to have to wait until the end of the year, September, before we even know what iPhone is going to throw into the market. So let's talk about, is it the best phone? It is the best phone for Android that is coming out in April. There's no phone better. The Samsung line is a great device. It is trustworthy. It is secure. It has all the great little gadgets that make it wonderful. I like Samsung. I have a Samsung myself. Does it justify $800? Again, I cannot tell you that that is the greatest use of money. Then again, what did the Galaxy Note 7 cost? I think it was at $850. Again, I don't know. That's up to you. You're the consumers. You guys are the ones spending the money. So I'm not gonna kind of get on you for buying what you want. Remember, this channel is directed towards what you, the consumer, what's best for you, not what's best for our company, not what's best for a reviewer. It's all about you. And we're not doing this as a partial, partisan. I'm supporting Samsung. I'm supporting LG. I'm supporting Apple. I support everybody because it's a market of devices, and we should just kind of look at it in a fair light. Now, also, before we go any further with the discussion, let's look at the Galaxy S8 Plus. Now, the Galaxy S8 Plus is going to have very much the same features as the Galaxy S8. It's going to have a larger battery, however, which the battery on the Galaxy S8 is supposedly, I believe it's a 3,000 milliamp battery. But again, yeah, it's a 3,000 milliamps, what GSM Arena is saying. Again, it may just be a 3.5, but we'll see. Again, they're not going to add a tremendous amount of features to the GS8 Plus. It's just a bigger phone. And of course, it's going to have that full digital display. It's going to be full glass. It's going to look amazing. It's going to be a very nice looking device. This will be a great phone. Do you want it? And I'd say if you want it, go for it. That is a good phone to go for. It will meet all of your demands, I'm sure. But is it the best phone for Android this year? I don't think so. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for that, but I don't care. My point is to tell you what other devices have and what you're competing against for the cost. If the Sony Xperia XZ Premium comes out with what it supposedly came out with in the MWC 2017, which was, January, I think was what it was, January, February. If it comes with all the specifications, we could be looking that would be the best device for Android. Now, will it sell like a Samsung? No. It won't. And that's not because it doesn't mean that that's not the best device. It's because of the promotions that you'll get from Samsung. Now, Samsung's really smart with their marketing, and they've done a great job. I applaud them. But is it going to be fair in terms of how people purchase Android phones? Probably not. You're going to get most of the reviewers are going to say that the Samsung phone, the GS8 and the GS8 Plus, are the best phones on the market. That's how it's going to be. I can almost throw $100 down and say that is what they're going to say. Why? Well, if you want to get a good example of what I'm talking about, again, this has nothing to do about partisan. This has everything to do with how people are addressing the Android world. Okay? And again, if you want to buy it, that's great. I hope you do, and it will meet all your demands. I am sure of it. But what I'm saying is that people will, in the reviewer industry, they said that the Galaxy Note 7 was the best phone of the year. Really? The battery wasn't the best. Battery life was not the best. Believe that the battery life went to the iPhone 7 Plus. That beat that. Then you also have the camera went towards the Google Pixel XL. And I say the Google Pixel XL only because most people that I've talked to say that the Pixel XL was a better phone camera-wise than any phone on the market. Sound went towards LG or I guess maybe even HTC. So you can't say that it's the best phone if it doesn't have all the best features. It had iris scanning. That's great. But if you're going to say it's the best phone on the market, it has to at least be more than 60% or 60% or higher than all the other devices on the market. And it wasn't. That's not to say it was a bad phone. It was a great phone. I thought the Note 7 was a great phone. However, there were problems with it, and we're not going to go to the Explorer issue. So, when people, if you talk to anybody in the Android world, Jaime Rivera, Greggles TV, great guys, by the way. Go to their channels. I advise you to do that. If you have not already done so, you've probably already seen their videos prior to mine. So, but I'm not blaming them. It's just the way the industry goes. They're Samsung fans. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm just telling you that it's not fair in the Android world. They're not going to tell you that the Sony Xperia XZ Premium is a better phone. It's just not going to happen. They're not being paid by Samsung. It's no conspiracy. It's just how it goes. Same with the iPhone. They're not going to praise up the iPhone. And again, I'm not going to beat that fight. That is a tremendous battle. I'm not even going to get into it. So, again, let's look at what we're going to get, which is a great phone. The Galaxy S8 is going to be amazing. It's got a ton of great colors, which I do have to say that I like some of those colors. I think the Orchid was really a nice touch. That one, if it truly comes to be, I'd really like one of those. Those are pretty phones. But again, is it the best phone? I don't think so. Look up the Sony Xperia XZ Premium at MWC 2017. You will see that there is a difference in the device and what it can do. But anyway, like I said, this was just an update on the Galaxy S8 because it is coming out and it's next week. They're going to talk about it and they're going to start hitting the pre-orders. So I advise you to go jump out, get on that board if you're for a Samsung and you want to get this phone and you want to be the top of the line. Go for it. Of course, if you don't want to shell out that kind of money, there's a lot of other good phones out there too, and I would advise you to get those. The LG G6. I'm not going to recommend the HTC U until I kind of talk to you in another video about that. Again, there's a lot of phones out there. Look at the cost. Look at what you're getting, and determine: is this what you want to shell out your money for? Is this the best that they can do? Do you have all the options you want? And if so, by the phone. Anyway, until next time, guys, this is the 101, and I'll see you on the flip side.